Walmart always seems to have some really fire exclusives like this Willie Nelson. I didn't even know this guy was a Walmart exclusive, if we're being completely honest at this moment. I had zero clue that they were going to get a Walmart exclusive Willie Nelson, but that's not at all while I'm out right now. I am out to go pre-order my 18-inch Boba Fett, and I just thought that maybe you would like to come along with me. I'm kind of hoping that I can find Dustin from Stranger Things while I'm there, and then we'll get back to the studio and we'll get all of this unboxed. Come on, let's take this journey together. So it turns out that you cannot currently pre-order your 18-inch Boba Fett at GameStop. You can pre-order this guy online. You just simply can't go to the stores and pre-order them. I have my ideas is exactly why you can't go into stores and pre-order them. I believe it's because in stores I don't have to pay the full amount, but if I go online, they're going to make me pay the full amount to pre-order him. Because it's $109, I mean, it's almost understandable that they're wanting more than like $5 to pre-order him, because if I didn't pick him up with $5, then they lost a lot more than $5, right? I mean, presumably that's what's going on there. I don't know that to be 100% definite. The lady at GameStop told me to come back in a couple of weeks. She probably would be able to pre-order it then. I might check back. I might go ahead and pre-order this guy online. I don't really know. Let me pick this up real quick. I dropped my pop opener there. But so this video just became an exclusive versus exclusive battle. We're going to be running GameStop against Walmart at this moment to find out which one of these guys you believe is the best exclusive at this moment. And check this out, I'm going to be giving them possibly 20 points, 10 points for creativity, 10 points for originality, and then you will be giving them the next 10 points. So at the end of the day, you're going to be the person who determines who wins these battles. We are going to be putting Dustin from Stranger Things, GameStop exclusive, up against, check this out, the man, the myth, the legend, Willie Nelson. I had no clue this was a Walmart exclusive until today, so you found out this was a Walmart exclusive the same time I did. There was not very many of these on the shelf, so if it was me and I was wanting my Willie Nelson, I would probably go pick him up as soon as I could. He's number 261 out of the group. This box is really cool. They must have a much younger Willie Nelson on the back than Willie Nelson actually is, but I mean, who really goes by like the older pictures when they're looking at these things? The box to me is really cool. It really reminds me of some kind of Guns N' Roses theme though, so I'm kind of confused as to why we have roses all over it versus not having some pot leaves or maybe some blunts. I mean, because we all know that Willie Nelson likes to participate in some extracurricular activities or some recreational activities, I guess is a better way of putting it. Him and Smoke Dogg probably have a lot in common, or him and Snoop, or whoever it is you want to compare him to, probably have a lot in common. So I'm a little confused about the roses versus not having like some more marijuana themed stuff. I mean, maybe that was his choice, maybe that was his manager's choice, maybe that was an image that they don't really like want to put out there like that. I don't really know. Let's take a closer look at this guy. So I love the fact that they have the guitar in hand. I also really appreciate the fact that they tried to give him like a salt and pepper look, even though the salt and pepper was a little messy. These hats to me never ever come out right, but this one somehow did. The paint job on him looks like it's done decently well. I love the fact that they actually got the strings and the well, I almost forgot what the frets. They got the frets and the strings painted, so that to me that's a big bonus that they managed to make it to that point. Now there is some negative stuff to this. I mean, like one of them, for example, is if I kept him out out of the box would I know this was Willie Nelson. I'm going to lean into the fact that I would know this was Willie Nelson. So as far as the creativity on the box, I'm going to give it I'm going to go way down into a 5 because I feel like maybe that one could have been done a way better. And then when it comes to Willie Nelson himself, I'm going to give him, let's say, an 8. So that should give him an overall score of 13. If my math is on point, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. That will give him an overall score of 13. I feel like it's pretty low, but to be completely honest, I don't feel like this was probably the best exclusive I've ever seen come out of Walmart or anywhere for that matter. It's a really good pop, but I don't necessarily know that it should have been an exclusive. It makes me wonder exactly what the common is. I didn't even know that they were pumping out Willie Nelson pops at this moment, but I'm glad that I managed to pick this guy up because I've always been a huge fan of Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson used to do something with his guitar that a lot of people don't know. Willie Nelson used to knock his tuning out of his guitar. That way his sister couldn't grab his guitar and play it. And then that later became a Willie Nelson tune. You should, if you don't believe me, look that up somewhere. Dustin from Stranger Things is $12.49. They have had a lot of these at Walmart. They don't, however, have the GameStop exclusive. This box was gotten into just a little bit. There is a little bit of damage right here, but it was the only one that they had. He's number $12.49 out of the group. They're showing 7 of these on the back of the box. This is a pretty cool box, but to be honest, I'm kind of into the Willie Nelson. I feel like they could have done more. They could have maybe made the box completely black and put a Demogorgon on it. Maybe did a whole maybe a whole theme on how they could exactly, I mean, they could have done a better job with this box at the end of the day. I mean, this box is pretty weak. It feels like these boxes are being rushed a little bit, and they shouldn't rush these because people collect the box as well, right? I mean, we know in the box collectors are collecting the box and the figure on the inside, so I feel that this one is kind of sloppy as well, so we're going to go all the way down to the 5 on this one as well. Maybe the pop on the inside is going to give it that advantage that I'm not seeing. But we're going to check him out and see. And don't forget at the end of this video or right now, go ahead and throw your vote right down below. And then I think that I'm going to do your vote a little different than I did last time. I'm not going to count like who has the most votes and then we're going to run it that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count each individual vote. So if he gets 20 votes, he's going to get 20 points. If he gets 19 votes, then he's going to get 19 votes added to whatever I put here. And then I'm going to make a post here later just on YouTube. I will make a post announcing the winner, so make sure that you're checking that out as well. Let's take a closer look at him. Now, this figure itself has already impressed me a lot more just by looking at the fact that his trucker hat actually has detail into the trucker hat. That's not something that I think a lot of people would have thought about when they were making something. They wouldn't have thought about how can I put the detail of the trucker hat actually in the trucker hat. So I mean, I have to do hats off to Funko on that one. The paint job on him does look like it's done really well. I can't see any major imperfections to talk about, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that all of these pieces are separate now, and it's a lot easier to paint individual pieces than it is one whole piece. I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you want to try it, grab one of your figures that you're not super impressed with and try and paint it as a whole, and then take it, boil it in some water, let all the pieces come apart, and then try and paint it separate. You're going to find that painting them separate is far easier than trying to paint these guys whole. I think that they are going to sit like right together. Now, I know that he's got the D&D dice in his hand. I think that that's really cool that they kind of did a whole Dungeons and Dragon like theme when it comes to Stranger Things. And I also think it's really cool that they kind of put that out in front to like kids like myself actually did sit in their mom's basement playing Dungeons and Dragons with their friends. So I really appreciate that they made that a mainstream thing and put that out there, and that people don't look at it the way they used to, because when I was a kid, you would have been laughed at for days for being into stuff like that. So I'm going to give this one an 8, which is going to knock both of these guys in at 13, which means every single vote is going to count. So make sure that you're throwing your vote right down below, whether you're going to pick Willie Nelson or you're going to pick Dustin from the Stranger Things, and then I will throw a post and announce who is winning this one. I have something though that you're going to have to like stick around and check out. I recently managed to like pick up some what we call like balloon launchers, and I'm hoping here at some point you're just gonna have to come back and check this out. I'm gonna get this one made. I promise you I am. I will catch you next time. Have a good one. I can't.
Get your hand. Get your hand. And then get your tummy. And then get your legs again. I get the under legs. I get the under legs. I'm gonna get you.